Hi everybody, this is Omar Miranda with What's Your Problem for this week. Why am I holding a bottle of shampoo, you might ask yourself? This is my wife's volume filler shampoo. And the other day I was in the shower doing some thinking. I don't know if that happens to you. I know when I'm in the shower, I'm like on autopilot and I'm scrubbing what little hair I have on top of my head. And I'm scrubbing my peninsula of my hair on top of my head there. And I'm scrubbing and I'm thinking and I'm scrubbing, trying to take care of the beard. Gotta love on the beard. So I'm scrubbing the goatee and I'm thinking, and I look down and I see my wife's shampoo and it says volume filler shampoo, volume filler shampoo. I'm covering up the name because that's the right thing to do. Volume filler shampoo, and then it says new look, hair feels thicker in one use. And I don't even know if you can see it, if you can see this, but this looks like a scratch. It's actually a word. And it says, with system. So they're advertising that this one bottle of shampoo will make your hair thicker and feel fuller in one use, but you have to buy the entire system. You have to buy the conditioner. You have to buy the weekly conditioner. You have to buy the mousse. You have to buy the hairspray. You have to buy the gel. All of those things you have to buy. So I would say that this is false advertising. It's deceptive because of something called fine print. Now, I wanted to share that with you because the fact is, when people think about God, they think He has fine print. But God is very clear in His Word, the Bible. Before He gets ready to do anything, He lets His prophets know what He's going to do. In the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7, He actually says that before He gets ready to do anything, He lets His servants, the prophets, know. And a lot of people, Christians and non-Christians, are really, really freaked out about what's going to come up on August 21st, 2017. It's Saturday today, and in 2 days, there will be a solar eclipse. Now, we're in the United States of America, and there's going to be a solar eclipse. It'll be all over the world, but in North America, it's going to be starting from one end of the United States. Where in the United States? My social studies teacher, my geography teacher would be totally ashamed of me. Here we go. It's going to start from one end of the United States and go all the way crisscross to the other. Now, why do I bring this up? Because people are thinking that this solar eclipse is somehow tied to prophecy and end-time events. It's tied to when Jesus is coming back. And they're very, very anxious. And they're very, very scared. And they're freaking out. And guess what? You don't have to be anxious. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to freak out. Because prophecy in the Bible is meant to do the total opposite of that. It's meant to give you peace. It's meant to give you joy. It's meant to give you comfort because you can know what will happen in the future. That's the absolute beauty of prophecy. And that's the absolute beauty of prophets. Now, the Bible was written by many prophets. Not all of them were prophets, but many of them were prophets. And God let His people know, His prophets know what He was going to do so we can have peace. So if you don't know what the eclipse is, I have asked my son to create some props, and he has graciously created some props. This is the sun. See, that's the sun. Now, this is not to scale, okay? So don't write me letters or send me emails. I'm not a scientist, okay? I love science, but I'm not a scientist. This is not the scale. All right, here's the sun, and here's the moon. There's the moon. Wait, all right, yes, moon, which looks like a giant chocolate chip cookie. And this is, of course, the earth. The pale blue dot. Behold. Anyway, so this is what happens right here when you have a solar eclipse. The moon is just rocking and doing its thing. It's going around the earth. And of course, the moon and the earth are going around the sun. And of course, we can't move the earth, so they're going around the sun. And somehow the moon and the sun will get in line to where, guess what will happen? The moon will block out a portion of the sun's light. And there will be times on the earth where people won't be able to see the sun because of the moon. Now, here's the coolest part about it. If you're in certain parts of the earth when this is happening, you'll get bits and pieces of it for certain parts of the earth, the sun will totally be blocked out, and it will be a total eclipse. The moon will actually eclipse the sun, and you'll be in the shadow of the moon. Now, why do I bring this up? For two reasons. Number one, because people are really freaked out about this, like I said before. And number two, this is not related to Bible prophecy. There are a lot of Bible teachers on the internet around the world that are saying this is related to Bible prophecy. But a prophet, a modern day prophet by the name of Ellen G. White, wrote in her wonderful book, The Great Controversy, that this prophecy was actually fulfilled on May 19th, 1780. May 19th, 1780, not August 21st, 2017. And she says this. Oh, actually, let me read this to you. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29, the Bible says, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. Now, this is in response to Jesus telling his disciples things that will happen right before he comes back. And so he says the sun will be darkened, the moon won't give its light. People are freaking out because, this is supposed to be happening on August 21st, which means Jesus is coming back somehow. Although I do believe that Jesus is coming back, this is not related to that. Listen to what Ellen G. White says in her wonderful, wonderful, incredible book, The Great Controversy. She says, almost if not altogether alone, as the most mysterious and as yet unexplained phenomenon of its kind, stands the dark day of May 19, 1780, a most unaccountable darkening of the whole visible heavens and atmosphere in New England. And if you do history and geography, New England are the upper northwestern portion of the United States. These are highlighted accounts. I've got some highlighted accounts of people that were actually there, and they say that candles were used, and they couldn't even see their hands in front of their face. The darkness was so thick and enveloping, and it basically the cattle thought it was nighttime. They went back. The frogs started peeping. The birds started their evening songs. The bats came out and started flying around. But the humans knew that night had not come. They knew, they were kind of freaked out. They knew something was going on. The intense darkness of the day was succeeded an hour or two before evening. This is a quote. By a partially clear sky, and the sun appeared, though it was still obscured by a black heavy mist. After sundown, the clouds came again overhead, and it grew dark very fast. For like 2 hours, the sun came out, and then it grew dark again. And then, listen to what they say. Though at 9 o'clock that night the moon rose to the full, it had not the least effect to dispel the death-like shadows. After midnight the darkness disappeared, and the moon, when first visible, had the appearance of blood. Imagine. May 19th, 1780 stands, this is Ellen White writing, May 19th, 1780 stands in history as the dark day. Since the time of Moses, no period of darkness of equal density, extent, and duration has ever been recorded. The description of this event, as given by eyewitnesses, is but an echo of the words of the Lord recorded by the prophet Joel 2,500 years previous to their fulfillment. He wrote, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. Joel chapter 2, verse 31. So, notice he said the great and terrible day. It'll be great for some of you, and it'll be terrible for some of you. It all depends on how you prepare. So let me ask you this. What are you doing to be ready? Or maybe I should ask, what are you not doing to be ready? And the second question is, what are you doing to help others get ready? If you know that Jesus is coming soon, what are you doing to get ready? God has given his servants, the prophets, advance warning. We know what will happen. We don't have to be anxious. We don't have to be worried. I want you to think about this. Also, if you're planning to take a look at the eclipse on Monday, August 21st, 2017, don't look at it directly. Use some sort of glasses. Burning your retinas out is never a good thing to look for an eclipse, to look at an eclipse. I wanted to share this information with you because I wanted to let you know that you can have peace. God doesn't mean for you to be anxious or fearful or worried. God, through his son Jesus and his prophets, has written all these things down in this book. Also in the wonderful book of the last day prophet Ellen G. White. It's called The Great Controversy. I will be including all this information in the notes. I will be including all the scripture that I've shared. So all you got to do is click on the link and you can actually read not only that passage of scripture, but the entire book if you want. The last 10 chapters actually describe what's happening right now and what will happen before Jesus comes, all the way up until when Jesus comes. And afterwards, it's an incredible book. I know you'll be blessed by it. Hey, shoot me an email, leave me a note, let me know what you think about this topic. Let me know what you think about Ellen G. White. Let me know what you think about The Great Controversy. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like or not like the video, and leave me some ideas about topics you want to hear next time. This is Omar Miranda. What's your problem? I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.